Is recording, sir.
Great, thanks, Marcia. Well, welcome again, everyone. My name is Corey Eimer. I'm the Kentucky Career Center operator with Brighton Center. Thank you for your time this morning. I'm really excited that so many of you were interested in learning more about what the Kentucky Career Center in Northern Kentucky can offer for our regional employers. I will start by just going over a high-level overview of the day. So let's see if my slide will advance here. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to cover what is the Kentucky Career Center for those of you who may not already be at least somewhat familiar with our services. We're going to talk about specifically the services we offer for employers. And so I always like to say that what you'll hear today is only a portion of what we offer at the Kentucky Career Center. We're focusing heavily on our employer services. We may touch on a few job seeker services, but we offer a whole other orientation for our job seeker services. We'll certainly list some valuable resources for employers, and then there will be an opportunity for Q&A at the end. However, I would encourage you to go ahead and type questions in the chat if you have questions throughout. But there will be a designated time. I would say the last 10 minutes will be an opportunity for Q&A. So without further ado, we'll jump right in. What is the Kentucky Career Center? Who are we? The Kentucky Career Center is the largest, most comprehensive workforce resource for both job seekers and employers. We're all about workforce. We're all about matching talent with employers. And so we offer services on both sides of the aisle, if you will. So we have an array of services for job seekers, all the way from skill building workshops to getting those job seekers connected with credentials and career training opportunities. One of the most common misconceptions, I believe, of the Kentucky Career Center is that we're a standalone organization. And we're in fact not. We're actually a collaborative. The Kentucky Career Center is made up of 13 different workforce partners, which really enables us to meet the comprehensive needs of job seekers and employers, because all of our partners kind of specialize in something different, which is the point of today's orientation, so that you can learn a little bit about what some of our partners do. We have several partners represented today who will talk specifically about their program and their organization, but not all partners are represented. So believe it or not, there's probably more to learn even after today's session. The other thing I wanted to bring everyone's attention to is we are driven by the local Northern Kentucky Workforce Investment Board. So the Northern Kentucky Workforce Investment Board has oversight of all of the Kentucky Career Centers in the region. So as of today, we have 8 official locations in our 8-county Northern Kentucky Area Development District. And so our Workforce Investment Board is made up of more than half businesses make up that board. And so really they have the perspective of what employers need in terms of acquiring talent to make their business successful. I mentioned, the collaboration of 13 different partners. I love this slide because it's a nice illustration of all of our different partners. And I always like to say too, this is not an all-inclusive list. The logos that you see on this slide represent the 13 partners who have signed a memorandum of understanding to be an official Kentucky Career Center partner. But certainly we collaborate with many other partners that aren't represented on this slide. So I just wanted to call that out, that if you see the logo, that means they're an MOU level partner, so which makes it a little bit more official in terms of the partnership responsibilities. As you'll see through the logos, I don't want to talk about each logo because that would take up the entire 45, 50 minutes that we have slotted here today. but I did want to kind of touch on a few of them. Hopefully some are recognizable to you. The Kentucky Career Center does have a couple of state partners, a few state partners, in fact, that we partner with. A couple of the core partners are the Kentucky Labor Cabinet, which houses our Career Development Office team. Also our Office of Vocational Rehabilitation, which happens to be under the Cabinet for Education and Workforce of the state. And also Skills U, which is more commonly known to many people as adult education. So Kentucky Adult Education rebranded themselves a few years ago and is now known as Skills U across the state. Those are a few state partners. I wanted to also call attention, if you want to think about this as a clock, look over at 9 o'clock, Brighton Center. Brighton Center is who I work for. Brighton Center has the contract through the Workforce Investment Board to provide direct workforce services to all of our job seekers and businesses. We also have the contract to operate the career centers in our region. And so they're one of our core partners here in Northern Kentucky. You'll see as you kind of go around, Gateway, I'm sure is familiar with to all of you. Gateway is a common partner, a partner that we refer to often for career training opportunities for our job seekers. The Area Development District, actually staffs our Workforce Investment Board, as well as they administer a program called Employment Connections here on site at our Career Center in Covington. Job Corps, some of you are familiar with, they offer career training for opportunity youth ages 16 to 24. But what's special about that program is their career training opportunities involve a residential component. So individuals actually go away. I think their nearest location here is about an hour and a half away. They'll go away for on-site residential career training. And that's better suited for many people. Cabinet for Health and Services, Cabinet for Health and Family Services, we partner with them specifically through our Employment Connections program. Goodwill offers services for veterans or veterans who are at risk of homelessness. The Kenton County Public Library. See, I always do this. I always say, I'm not going to talk about every logo, but then I feel bad leaving anyone out. The Kenton County Public Library is a key player in terms of workforce in our region. They certainly do the most with workforce out of any other library system in the state. And the Northern Kentucky Community Action Commission, finally, we partner with them in a number of ways. One is through their SCSEP program, their Senior Employment Training Program. We also work with them here on site, having trainees here in Covington and in our Florence location. Speaking of our locations, we have 8. I'm happy to say as of this past January, we've added 3 libraries as Kentucky Career Center access points. So we couldn't be happier about that. What we aim to do is be accessible to every job seeker and employer who lives in our 8-county Northern Kentucky Area Development District footprint. So our hub or our comprehensive center is located in Covington. That's on Madison Avenue, kind of near the cathedral. We have two affiliate locations, one in Florence in the Government Center, one in Williamstown, that's in the NKU building down in Williamstown, located in the NKU Grant County Center. We are actually co-located with both NKU and Skills U Gateway down in our Williamstown location. So that's a really nice built-in partnership there. And we have 5 access points. We have an access point in Carrollton, an access point at CVG Airport. Always like to mention too that there are only 2 airports in the country that have career centers or American Job Centers on site, and we're one of those. And so we're very happy about that. We actually have 70 employers right at the CVG location. Many people don't realize how many employers are actually housed at CVG, and we work closely with at least half of those employers. And then the 3 new access points, Kenton County Public Library, specifically their Erlanger branch, which is one of our access points, and our two libraries, one in Owen County in Owenton and Pendleton County Public Library in Falmouth. So those are our locations. We're going to go ahead and jump over to dig in a little bit into our specific services that we offer our employer partners. And for that, I'm going to introduce you to Eric Owsley, our Workforce Innovation Director at the Kentucky Career Center, who's going to take you through some of our employer services. Eric?
Thank you, Corey, and thanks everyone for attending this event this morning. I'm sure I know several of you. I see some names and faces that are familiar, so thanks for coming again this morning. Yeah, so just offering employer services, of course, for the pandemic season, we've had to adapt and adjust. But wanted to just give you a menu of services we offer as a business service team. Hiring events and on-site tours, right? So again, with pre-pandemic and hopefully after pandemic, we are open. Our office spaces and all of our locations are open for on-site interviews. And actually, during this time right now, we can do 3 different ways to partner with you for doing a hiring event. Number 1 is scheduled interviews by appointment only. So we can still do the interviews, but it'll just be by appointment only. So you would work with your business service rep. We would do a RSVP and make sure those get scheduled. But we've also been doing some drive-through hiring events. And I don't know if you've heard of those before, but at our parking lot or even an employer location as well, customers can drive to the parking lot. There'll be greeters that will guide them into a spot, and they can do an application on their phone, or maybe you have a paper application. You go to their car to get them started. So those have been pretty successful as well. And then of course we're offering virtual hiring events. So just as it sounds, it'll be on Zoom. And we've done that a number of different ways too, treating it like an open information session, or even putting employers in breakout rooms and doing one-on-one private interviews. We've provided company tours in the past. What we're really trying to do is ramp up our virtual tour offering. So we have a few employers we're working with that. So we really want to make that a product for employers to really advertise your great jobs, your great job quality. People will be attracted by what they see, the cool things that you're doing. And also, we have 4 signature job fairs a year. We have many different kind of job fairs, but we have 4 signature ones. New Year, New Career is usually the very first one of the year. We have our Veterans Job Fair closer to late spring, summertime, and then we have a few others at the end of the year. So these are at no cost. A lot of companies have these job fairs that cost, so we don't do that. So we want to partner with you, and we want to help you recruit talent. Go to the next slide.
I'm trying, Eric. Sorry, it's my arrow key doesn't seem to be working here.
That's okay.
Marcia, are you able to advance the slide, please?
I do not have that access.
Okay. Oh, there we go. It worked. Thanks. Sorry about that.
Okay. So we have a innovation center here at our Kentucky Career Center Covington, really designed to be a resource for our job seekers and our employers. So I want to highlight on this slide just some great training opportunities. So again, right now our innovation center is not accessible, of course, but we've been providing as a business service team some pretty cool trainings recently. Trainings on our focused talent job board, which that's free of cost, free as well. And then we've had trainings in the summertime and in the fall of maximizing Zoom as a recruitment tool. So really trying to provide some good trainings for employers. But again, the Innovation Center, the idea is hosting virtual tours, meet and greet staff. You can even bring your staff here, for retreats and trainings and different things like that. Again, hopefully we'll get to that point. Kentucky Essential Skills Workshop, we host the Kentucky Essential Skills certification. So every other month we conduct these classes, and these are the critical soft skills that employers ask us every time we have a meeting. It's like, we're really just looking for someone who will show up to work on time, will work really hard. So all those soft skills, that's what the Kentucky Essential Skills Workshop is about. And we have a KESC team led by Susanna Courtney, who is on the call today as well. So they do an incredible job. We've recently been just working with a whole bunch of different groups like Brighton Recovery Center, NKCAC, the Trace to Success programs. And again, really getting those folks some great quality soft skills. And then, it says down below on the job training funds, which a lot of that now is our youth work experience dollars, which I believe we'll talk about a little later in the presentation today.
Eric, I apologize. Did I switch the slide?
Not yet.
Okay. I'm having a little technical difficulty with my going back and forth between my slides here. I apologize for that.
It's okay, and I can move forward while we figure out those technical issues. I wanted to mention another kind of adaptive thing we've been working on this past year with recruitment is Facebook Live sessions. So I know some of you may even be involved with our Facebook Live sessions, but we do them every Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesdays at 1:00, and that's for job seekers. To get them access to different things we're doing at the Career Center, workshops, training opportunities. But then Thursday mornings, we have an interview with an employer. So it's this employer spotlight. And this is your chance to really talk about your job opportunities. What makes you great, and you can promote your job quality, right? So that could be your benefits. That could be, hey, we're on a bus line, or, hey, we have fixed schedules. So once we get you in at a, 8 to 5 or whatever the case may be, you stay in that schedule. So really promoting your company culture, your job opportunities, all that great stuff. And it stays on our Facebook page for forever, for all of eternity. And then that'll rack up views, thousands of views we've had on our videos. So if you have any questions about what that looks like, how to get on that, just shoot me an email down below there, and my office number is there as well. Just wanted to connect on federal bonding. Federal bonding is a program offered through the state, and it's an insurance bond. So we're really looking out for our customers. Our customers deserve a second chance, we believe, and we have several customers that may have backgrounds, records. However, they're employable, and we're working with them. If your company is thinking about becoming a second chance employer, or what we call a transformational employer, then maybe federal bonding might be right for you. It's an insurance bond, $5,000 to $25,000 that protects the employer against any loss of money theft, forgery, larceny, embezzlement for, a period of time. So it protects employers against employee dishonesty. It provides insurance for new hires that other insurance company will not insure. And it helps job seekers market themselves to employers. So there's research out there, there's data out there, that hiring second chance or transformational, hires, it does not increase your, worker compensation or safety, but in fact the opposite. So please just give the Career Center a call, talk to a business service rep. There's several knowledgeable folks here on the call this morning about transformational employment. And we really want to debunk some myths that are out there when it comes to
Eric? All right, I think Eric may have lost connection. So I'm going to go ahead and step in here for a second. Maybe
Corey,
Eric,
I just wanted to add.
Go ahead, Marcia, please.
Yeah, so I have dropped in the chat area the Career Center's resource link, our Facebook Northern Kentucky page, and also an information page and the website to the Bonds for Jobs, which is the federal bonding program. So if anyone wants to grab that link and bookmark it, and then if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to Eric or myself or Susanna, really anyone at the Career Center, just so that we can get you connected to the right individuals.
Great idea, Marcia. Thank you. I'll talk a little bit about labor market information. So many employers are interested in learning, what their counterparts are doing in certain areas and what the market demand is in terms of their industry sector, what the common salary is, what to be able to compare benefit packages, explore offering different incentives, because we know that talent recruitment and retention is a challenge for many employers. And so what we can offer, and really want to credit David Klockner with the Workforce Investment Board, who does a lot of the work behind the scenes to get us this information. But we can work with employers to help you understand the current labor market information to position you to be competitive. And we currently have information on an ongoing basis that's accessible via our website. So if you see the web address there in the third bullet, nkcareercenter.org/LMI, which stands for Labor Market Information, you can go right to that link and get some labor market information right now from there. But we can help you dig deeper into that labor market information if you want to reach out to one of our business service team and really kind of talk with them about ways that you can really be more competitive for attracting and retaining the talent that we all know we need as employers. Eric is a good contact for that as well. So again, his email address is eowsley@brightencenter.com. All right, and I think Haley Franklin is with us, and I'm going to pitch it over to Haley to talk a little bit about our youth talent development services.
Thanks, Corey. Good morning, everybody. Thank you all for joining us this morning. We're super excited to have you on board with this orientation for the KCC and what we do for employers. So I love talking about our youth program. It's like the best kept secret. I'm trying to get it out there some more for our team, and just to let employers know all of the wonderful services that we offer youth in our region. So when I say youth, I'm talking about 16 to 24-year-olds. And what we can offer you as employers is we can actually get the youth into your employer, into your company, and we would actually pay them to work for you to get a job done. So we offer paid internships, and we offer them up to $16 an hour, which is amazing. If you think back to when you were around that age, we probably making that much money. So we actually, the KCC, will pay the youth up to $16 an hour, and that's based off of your needs and the youth's needs. But this is really just to offer the youth some experience to get their foot in the door, to really get them in there and help them grow as an employee. We try to polish them up before they get to you. We offer those soft skills. We offer interviews, mock interviews. We brush up their resume and their cover letters. We really just try to polish them up and get them to you. So we offer those internships for free of charge. It's like the best thing ever, and up to 1,040 hours. So once they reach that 1,040 hours and they've worked for you guys and they've done a job, you're not obligated to bring them on. It is an option for you guys if you would like to, but it's obviously not an obligation. So if you're interested in getting any youth 16 to 24 brought on through an internship with us, please let me know. I'll put my email address and my phone number in the chat box so you can contact me if you're interested in bringing a youth on. And we also offer lots of other things too. Other than the internships, we offer up to $7,000 in college funding. And once again, this is just to help make them become a better employee. So we offer, different certifications, different tuition for those in-demand industries in our region, which as you all mostly probably know, those in-demand industries are healthcare, advanced manufacturing, transportation, logistics, construction and trade, and then we've got IT, business, and finance. So as long as they're wanting some sort of career in that realm, we can absolutely help fund those certifications and that tuition and that college funding through our WIOA program. The WIOA is just the Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act. It's a federal grant that we received, and there's going to be a quiz later, so I hope you guys remember that. Just kidding. So we have that college funding available for those youth 16 to 24. And then we can always talk about basic eligibility. We can get down to the nitty gritty of that through the career coaches, which is what I am. A youth talent development specialist. If I didn't mention that before, that is my career here at the Kentucky Career Center. So we have different career coaches in different areas of the region, and we can always help the youth in any realm in that way. So just get with us, get with me, and we can connect you with the right career coach. We actually just brought on a brand new supervisor for our youth team. It was formerly led by Mindy Puckett, and now we have Elizabeth Adams as our new supervisor, and we can put her information in the chat box as well. So she is over our team, and we're very excited to have her on, and she can also help with referrals and things like that too. Aside from that, we always offer career readiness and workshops, which just basically helps polish the youth and become a better employee for you guys. So we offer interview tips, like I mentioned earlier, job search skills, workplace professionalism. That's a big one right now with this generation, and just making sure that they are a professional in the workplace. Sometimes that's not taught in public schools and things like that. So that's where we kind of come in and make sure that they know those types of things. And so, not to wear pajamas to an interview and things like that. You would think that would be a no-brainer, but that's things that we teach these youth. So just keep that in mind. We do the career readiness and exploration events as well, and in the high schools in this region. And it's just some really great things that we offer the youth here, 16 to 24. So like I said, I'll put my contact information in the chat box. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm actually meeting with one of my youth here in just a couple minutes. So sorry if I talked super fast and gave you information overload there, but I get really excited. So like I said, if you guys have questions, let me know. I will do my very best to answer them. And thank you guys again for having me.
Very good. Thanks so much, Haley. All right, next is Jed Davis. Jed is going to talk a little bit about our services for veterans. Jed?
Thank you, Corey. As Corey said, I'm the local Veterans Employment Representative for Northern Kentucky, Jed Davis. Much like Haley, I'm very passionate about veterans, being a veteran myself. The Veterans Program here in the Kentucky Career Center is a funded grant from the Department of Labor, and it's under the Jobs for Veterans State Grant. Our mission is to provide intensive services to veterans and qualified spouses by addressing any barriers to employment they may have. This could be something as simple as just needing a resume. They're in transition from active duty to civilian world. We've helped refine the resume. It could be more intensive that they're a disabled vet. We work with all the different partners within the Career Center to get you the best candidate we can for the businesses. So we work with the veteran, we get them job ready, and that's when I step in and help you. I'm the liaison between business looking for veterans and the veterans seeking jobs. So my job is kind of have that knowledge of who's hiring so I can best direct the veteran to a job that will fit them. We really work with veterans to help them understand their skills that they're transitioning from the military with. Some of them have been out for many years and are forgotten that I really had these skills, don't list them right on the resume. So we work with them. And then we really, on the back half of that, is we help them understand what their career goals are at the time. Because, as you go through life, your career goals change. Sometimes you're looking for that up high moving, high powered job. And other times you're just looking for a supplemental income when you retire. So we work with them to fully understand so we can do some of the HR recruiting for you to find that veteran that's going to be a good fit for your business, because that's our goal. That's the short version. So if you would like to know more about the program or talk to us about how we can work together to get some veterans to your business, please contact me. I'll put it in the chat as well, but my email is there. It's jad.davis@ky.gov. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Jed. All right, and then Ryan Henson, our Regional Office of Vocational Rehabilitation Manager, is going to talk a little bit about our voc rehab services. Ryan?
Thanks, Corey. Yeah, my name's Ryan Henson. I'm the Regional Program Manager for the Kentucky Office of Vocational Rehabilitation. In a nutshell, what we do is provide job seekers with disabilities, opportunities, and assistance in finding employment and maintaining independence or living as independent a life as possible. For employers, there are, a plethora of things that we can offer. On the job training, work opportunity tax credits, job accommodation solutions specific to the individual that you may have hired, or maybe it's an individual that's worked there for a while and they've acquired a disability. We can come in and do rehabilitation technology or look at individualized accommodations to help that individual, as well as help you, the employer, keep that individual around, keep them working, those types of things. So we have worked with a number of employers in Northern Kentucky. Really, a lot of the big employers, you name them, we've worked with them in various forms or fashions, not only in helping them with individuals or employers that they may have currently, but also for recruitment of individuals that we're working with that are looking for positions within their corporation or within their company. So a lot of times we get specific to the individual needs of the person, but also the employer. So there's just a lot of things that we have that we could potentially offer centered around working with individuals with disabilities. So one of my manager's contact info is listed here on the slide, and that is totally fine. You can contact her, or I'm going to leave my phone number and email in the chat box. And if you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to give me a phone call or an email.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. All right, I'm gonna talk a little bit about general resources that are very specific to our time. So the state the Labor Cabinet and the Cabinet for Education and Workforce has done a lot to provide resources for employers to help them navigate through these difficult times when it comes to not only trying to keep their workforce safe and healthy as it relates to COVID, but also how to navigate those legal situations that may result from the COVID situation, how to best bring people back, have some tips for helping work from home situations. If I can only get my slide to transition, I don't know what's going on with my arrow keys today. I'm sorry. There we go. I guess I have to just hit it about 7 times and that causes it to move. So if you want to visit the kcc.ky.gov website, that is the website that will lead you to a host of helpful resources. Our local website is at the bottom right-hand corner of the slide. That's nkcareercenter.org. So we would definitely encourage you to visit our local website as well to learn about all of the services, all of what we talked about today, and then some via our local website. But the state website is where you would go for specific help navigating the workforce issues in the COVID world. And so what you're going to do is go to that website, click on Help for Small Businesses, and that will give you information about the Paycheck Protection Program that's offered by the state, Small Business Association disaster loans, emergency economic injury grants, the Families First Coronavirus Act, as well as there are other resources available through a website that's more specific to COVID. It's kycovid19.ky.gov. And that has information about a hotline that people can call if they're concerned, they need more information about COVID, they want to learn more about the symptoms. There's information about testing locations. There's a dashboard that's available on there, so you can go and look and see what your county status is, whether it's in the red or orange or et cetera. There's a mental health helpline. I mean, a lot of your employees, I'm sure, are struggling, not only with figuring out the logistics of managing their job through this, because think about, the fact that parents, your employees who may be parents are now having to deal with the lack of childcare now, or schools being on NTI and having to navigate that situation. And many people are feeling isolated, if they haven't been able to come into work. It's important for them to be able to access that support to make sure that their own mental and emotional health is being addressed. There's also a domestic violence hotline in case you would encounter any issues with your workforce as it relates to domestic violence situations. And then there's some information about Medicaid. So I would definitely encourage you to visit kcc.ky.gov, click Help for Small Businesses, and then visit this COVID specific website, kycovid19.ky.gov. I think you'll be surprised at the amount of resources that the state of Kentucky has made available to our employers. So with that, I think we're approaching about 9:40. We have a little bit more time for Q&A than I anticipated, which is totally fine. I'm going to stop sharing actually, because I want to be able to see all your faces and be able to see the chat box, because right now I cannot see if anything has even, oh my gosh, there's 16 things in the chat. All right. I know some of these things are going to be in the contact information. That's great that our team kind of put out there. Let me scan really quickly to see if there are any questions. Let's start from the top here. A lot of helpful links have been provided. Thank you all, team, for putting those in there. All right. TJ was curious to learn more about the information about the Youth Talent Development Program. So TJ, I would encourage you to reach out to Haley directly. That's hfranklin@brightoncenter.com. And Haley would be happy to talk to you more about all of what she presented and then some. I know it's hard to cover everything in the amount of time that we have. Let's see.
Thanks, TJ. I'll get with you.
Hey, Haley, I didn't know you were still with us. I hear on here. Okay. And Laura's interested in learning more information about job fairs. Absolutely. You know, we offer, as Eric said early on, you know, we offer an array of different types of job fairs in different formats, some consisting of multiple employers and some just what we refer to as hiring events for one single employer. So yeah, Eric can certainly get in touch with you to tell you a little bit more about how to get one of those set up.
Well, I just put my email on the chat, so feel free to email me. We'll get together.
Awesome. Thanks, Eric.
Corey, will you be sending out a copy of the PowerPoint to all those present today?
I will. Thank you, Jay, for mentioning that. And I always forget to say that right at the beginning. I hope nobody's got writer's cramp from trying to jot down too many notes, but I am going to send out the PowerPoint to all participants today, as well as a survey. So we really value your feedback, and we try to honestly use that feedback to continuously improve. So it'll be a brief survey that we'll be sending out, but if you wouldn't mind to go ahead and take 5 minutes to complete that, we would sure appreciate that as well. I'll send that link to the survey at the same time as the email with the PowerPoint presentation. Great question, TJ. Trying to get a new sales department started. I think that, I mean, we could definitely, that seems like probably an in-depth conversation that Eric or his team can kind of help you sort through. I mean, I know there are ways we can help. So.
Absolutely.
All right, you're welcome, Laura. Thank you all for participating. I know you're all very busy, so really appreciate taking 45 minutes out of your Friday morning to join us and learn a little bit more about what we do at the Kentucky Career Center. If there are no other, and feel free to unmute if you just want to ask a question and not put it in the chat. I'll wait a couple minutes, and if there are no other questions, we'll go ahead and wrap it up early, I guess. I, for one, can't wait to get back to in-person events. This Discover KCC is something we've been offering quarterly for some time, but we usually we host it at our Covington location. We usually have bagels or some good treat and coffee and everything like that. So y'all are welcome to come back and join us again if you want to, once we are able to offer this in person again. All right, if there are no other questions, thank you again for your time. We really appreciate it, and hopefully we'll be in touch with many of you. Have a great day and weekend.